Hi, VOD watchers. I hope you're doing well. I'm back. I'm back from vacation. It was vacation, you know? It was good. It was fun. I will say like the we went to a bunch of parks, but the park we went to for like the 3 days, Mount Olympus, it was sort of disappointing. It was still fun, but I think the theming especially I thought could have used more. And yeah, some of the rides, yeah, like Hades was really, really rough. Maybe more than it used to be. I don't know. I remember liking it when I was on it, and then after I was like, this hurts a little. But um, yeah, uh, the theming was yeah, they missed opportunities, and they put fire with Hades and didn't even mention Hephaestus. That's probably what I was most disappointed with the theme, and it just seems like in general I don't know. They weren't that focused on making the theming interesting, which is sad because there's some cool stuff. They had like a big go kart has like spiral tower. That was pretty cool, right? Like there's some good stuff there. The water park. It seems like they put in more work into at least recently than the roller coasters. I was pretty good, right? Like there's some cool stuff there, but it's just I don't know. It seems like there were some missed opportunities as well. But yeah, it was still fun. And then at the like I said, we went to multiple different parks. And at the most recent park we went to, uh, the Strickers Grove is one in the Cincinnati area, a smaller one in the Cincinnati area. And obviously Kings Island's the big one in the Cincinnati area. But there we I beyond riding the rides, before the rides were ready, we played a little skee ball, and using the skee ball tickets I got a little boat thing. It was like a bath toy. Got a little red boat. I don't know why. I just thought it looked like a nice boat, and it was, and I have it now. So there you go. I brought back a souvenir from vacation, which is very unusual. Yeah, I have. It's just yeah. It's I don't know. I've been thinking about like owning things, and I like don't like owning things a lot of the time. It's just like I look at the bookshelf, and I look at the bookshelf in my room, and I look at the bookshelf at the house, and it's like we have so many books, and it's not very often that I read a book, and parents maybe a little more, but not that much. It's just I don't know. It's just like all these books, and I just keep reading parts of Watership Down over and over again. Which I don't really want to stop doing that, but I would like also I don't know. It just seems like silly to just have so many books, and it's like I'm not sure there's any besides Watership Down that I've read like more than twice. It's probably some, but not many, right? And it's just like why do I need to have it just lying around? Like I don't know. It's just yeah. I don't like looking at things that I don't use, right? I don't like collecting things. And I hope I don't know, enjoy the boat in some way. I don't know cuz like I said I don't enjoy that. Oh yeah, hardcore during challenge. That's right, it is. Yeah, NG challenge started a few hours ago. So yeah, it is that time. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I do need to make. Oh my gosh, I should have done this before stream. I need to make my I need to make my recap video for June. There is some stuff to go over, including of course well yeah, by recap video I mean the Minesweeper recap video. And of course the big thing is the intermediate win streak PB got 30, so that was pretty cool. And then like not very many after it made a logic mistake. Not that long after the win streak. So that was fun. Yay. Love still making logic mistakes in intermediate. It's great. It's cool. Yeah. Also Evil went pretty well. Yeah, Evil went very well actually in June, but Hard did not go that well. Especially at the end. Yeah, it's just I didn't even hit 100. Well, cuz a lot I was like, consistently hitting like 40 to 70, or well, maybe not 40 to 70, maybe more like 40 to 80 for like most of the time, and then instead of getting a good run, I got like a bad one. And that's it. And then like everything else besides that one bad streak was just like that middling streak. And it's just, I don't know, sad to not hit 100. Sad it's been so long since I got a top 5. It's mid-February. It's been like about 4.5 months since the top 5. That's not really great. Oh, hi Timur. How are you doing today? Well, I guess I'm kind of supposed to just ramble, but I did just ramble. Oh my gosh, I did not want to hear about that. I clicked close. I don't know why that happened. I clicked closed. You saw me. I clicked close. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to put my message in the stream. I'm not sure that's actually like necessary for any analytics things anymore, but I'm doing it anyway. So, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, Teamworm. I need some advice. So like I said, I recently hit the requirements for affiliate, and if I'm gonna do stuff with like money, I might want to tell my parents about it, right? And so I'm just wondering, like, how do I not make it sound like a scam? Because it kind of sounds like a scam. I don't know. Yeah, and then like say they pay me like these really small amounts of money, and then they'll, you know, yeah, it is always a bit, or I don't know about always, but it can be a bit sort of sad in a way to be like at this point in the streak, because like there's nothing really good you can do at this point in the streak. You know, either you keep going, which you should this early, or you lose early, and that's bad, right? Like there's no. Kind of feels like my life, you know. I make so many mistakes, and it never. And it's a lot of times it doesn't feel like I do anything right. Like I just make mistakes, and that's the only stuff. Oh yeah, we're skipping frames. Very fun. I love when that happens. Yeah. 34. Another night out with the boss. Some more shoes, some who choose. You win or lose. If you don't win, then you've lost. What a good place to be. Don't believe her. Never really happened to me. Happy hour again. Don't believe her. Oh no. Happy hour again and again and again. Happy hour again and again and again. It's happy hour again. 35. So kissable. Can't I be you? Why can't I be you? Why can't I be you? Can't I be you? Talked about all things would die. All I never was, but I like to think for the love to make up for the times that cheated on. Nice to know when I was after that. Found it not because you wanted me and you lost and alone. Oh, you're sinking like a stone. Carry on. May our path be the sound of feet upon the ground and carry on. Oh, 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 oh. No one's ever gonna stop us now. Oh, 36. Therefore, it won't be the last time. I keep mistaking loneliness for love. Whoa, oh, I try to find myself inside someone. Whoa, thing at all not to feel alone. Anything at all just to feel whole. Man, I keep mistaking loneliness for love. Oh, 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 oh. don't wanna live without your love. I don't wanna face the night alone. I could never make it through my life if I had to make it on my own. I don't wanna love nobody else. I don't wanna find somebody new. I don't wanna live without your love. I just wanna live my life with you. Whoa, could never be the same. My love would never be the same. I don't wanna live without your love. $38. What? What was that? Clicked. Oh, that was scary. I don't know why it clicked there. That was bizarre. Thankfully, it was just a chord that did nothing, but that was a little odd. Yeah, I don't know why it would have clicked there. I was not even like 1 square away from where I was trying to click, and if I'm 2 squares off, then that could lead to big problems. If I'm 2 squares off from where I want to be, right? Like the whole point of chording is that sometimes if you're 1 square off from where you want to be, that's fine. That doesn't actually hurt you. But 2 squares off, I think, is concerning. No, I didn't think my cursor was there, but that's where it went. $39. Horny. What do you want? 42. $43. I've not been talking. I've been thinking. I was thinking about so many things, and then I was just not talking. That happens so often on stream. I just get lost in thought, and I'm thinking instead of talking when I'm supposed to be talking because it's a stream. I be humongous, enormous, and small. Do you care? Nothing at all, and it's not fair. I be humongous, enormous, and small. Do you care? And I am something and nothing at all. It's not fair. You play with fire. It's not a game. Comes around, you wait your turn. Can you feel it? Change with her. And see if you know that's what you get. You know it's real. Won't change I feel. You don't know. I'll hurt you. You don't know. If you don't know, it might hurt you. What you don't know. What you don't know might hurt you. 44. $45. Oh my gosh, leave, please. Let me see. What he said. Looking for the sky to save me. Looking for the sign of love. Looking for something to help me, but I'm brown. Looking for consolation. Looking 'cause I'm tired of trying. Make my way back home when I learn to fly high. Make my way back home when I learn to fly. Looking for consolation. Looking for a sign of life. Looking for something to help me burn out bright. And I'm looking for a constellation. Looking for a sign of life. Make my way back home when I learn to fly. Make my way back home when I learn to. I can't quite make it alone. Try to make my life mine. Looking for a sign of love. Help me, but I'll run. Make my way back home. 28. Not even an hour in yet. Jesus, feels like it's been so long. I don't know why. Yeah. It feels so weird to like claim affiliate, you know? That's the thing, the idea of claiming affiliate. It's like I still don't know what I'm doing with the streaming thing. I still feel like I'm doing something wrong, and it's like I could claim affiliate and I could maybe make a very small amount of money, but it's like it's just I don't know. Do I really deserve it? It doesn't really feel like I do. Right? I don't know. $49. I've been thinking, well, I've been watching videos about it too, but I've been thinking about like what art is and what it is for other people and how it's never been that for me. And how like it's sort of flipped, like especially when it comes to like art and math, sort of like what it means to other people and what it means to me is like flipped. Like talk about like expressing themselves through art and how art has emotional value to them, and that's just never something that happened for me. It was always a chore, it was always something I struggled with, and it was always something I did as little as possible. And it's like it's not even like I had like mean art teachers or anything. Art teachers I had were really nice. That's not even the problem. It's just it just for some reason the way I was structured, it always felt like so much. And then math, which is a chore for so many people, felt so much more interesting and so much more yeah, and so much more. I had so much more interesting. Looking for other words to say. I'm missing out on words. Yeah, I don't know. It had value to me. It had like sort of the way people value art. It had that sort of emotional value to me, right? It's like this is in a way that art didn't. It's like okay, this is something I'm really like proud of, and also something that I think is I really want to like explore different aspects of and look at in different ways and try to try to find a way to I don't know what I'm saying entirely. But right, like the way people talk about and feel about art, that's how I feel about math. And maybe even more so back then how I felt about math. And it's just like art has never been that for me. It's always been a struggle and well with drawing, with like the actual like drawing part of it, I haven't had to do it in a long time because I quit or not quit isn't the right word. I didn't have to do art anymore after elementary school, so I just chose not to. And yeah, and then I still had to write, and then writing became the worst thing. Although to be fair, honestly, I think it might have been flipping before that, like late elementary school. It might have like started to flip where writing was starting to be worse than art for me, and then just like I didn't have to do art anymore, and then really just and even that, like I'm trying to like I have a big I'm not gonna reveal what it is. I might have actually revealed all it was already and forgotten. It does seem like something I would do, but because I don't want to like reveal what it is and then never come out with it, and then it's just like okay, I promised something that didn't happen. But there's like a writing project that I'm sort of working on, not like putting a ton of effort into it because that sounds like what I would have done and hated before. So that's not doing it in that way won't happen. But it's just I have a writing project I'm working on, and it almost doesn't even feel like creative really because it's fiction, but it's just so much I'm trying to like look at what happened to me in real life and try to put that down sort of. And I think yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I think it's definitely been better. I don't know. I feel like if I don't have a finished project, I won't be like, "Oh, wow, what a great experience," sort of writing a little bit of something. But yeah. And it's been although it is nice to be able to just be very slow, to be like, "Hey, I edit this like less than once a month and that's okay and it's fine and I don't have to be working on it constantly." And that's really really nice and I really like that part of it. I like being like, hey, I thought of one sentence to add. Or, hey, I thought of like a slightly better way to word this because I didn't really like the way I had it written down. And there's just, yeah, there's so much, I don't know. It definitely feels like so much less stressful. Just be like, hey, let's do some writing sometime. Rather than, hey, let's do writing now and let's hit this word minimum and add a bunch of filler to hit the word minimum because that's the only way I'm hitting the word minimum, right? Like that's yeah. And I won't be hitting much of a very high word minimum even if the writing project that I'm working on is going to be a short story, right? Like even when it's finished, it's not going to be long. Hopefully, it will be meaningful, but it won't be long. Yeah, and it's like for some reason I have these delusions that this writing project will be like successful in terms of views and stuff, which probably isn't true. I don't think it will be. I think maybe a few people will see it. It's like possible it becomes the most viewed video on my channel, but if so, it probably wouldn't be by like much, right? Like realistically, it's probably not gonna be like a big thing. But for some reason, I have delusions that this could be it, because this does kind of seem like something other people would want to see. Yeah, it's like I almost want to make a trailer for it or something, but I wouldn't be able to announce like a release date that made any sense, and it might never be finished, so it feels weird to put out like a trailer. I don't know. I still could. Maybe I should do that, because I was wondering what to make as my video, what to make as my. I want to start making videos again now that I'm back from vacation, and really I didn't make many videos in April or May really. Or well, did I? I think I was making a good amount of videos in. I forget when I stopped making it. Maybe it was like mid-April, or was it mid-May? I think it might have been mid-April, around the time I stopped making videos. Really, besides the like two I make every month that are Minesweeper related, the monthly review and the. Which yeah, I do need to make the monthly review after this stream. Good to remind myself. Yeah, the monthly review and the NG challenge results, right? Like those, I kept up with those, but I didn't make other videos. So that was interesting. 51. Yeah. And I'm still, if I upload, I was planning to do it in YouTube, because I wanted to do the narration myself to some extent, because I feel like I have a lot, because I want to say it, because yeah, I first, just with the emotional part of it, like I said, it's fiction, but it's very much something personal, so I wanted to say it. And yeah, I do want to finish it. The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I really want this to be a thing. I really want this to be a thing. And even if it's not like popular or anything, I feel like I might get something out of finishing it. So I really should. Like you said, it's nice to not have to work on it all the time, but maybe I should be working on it a little more than I am. I don't know. But yeah. It's like, you know. It would be really funny if it was successful, though. Like, really, there would be a ton of irony to that. A guy who can't get through college because of the writing stuff has this, like, writes this really famous story on YouTube, right? That would be that would be, like, interesting irony to that. But yeah, probably not. Like I said, realistically, it's gonna get like really high estimate is like 1,000, right? Like maybe I could kind of see that. I feel like this could be something that gets an audience, but obviously like chance of me getting this like really big audience is very, very low. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I was thinking about like, hey, if this does get big, because like I said, it's illusions that would get big, about doing like a post, like sort of review video, like sort of making of, talking about my thoughts on it and my thoughts on how writing this was different than writing a school assignment, and just thoughts about it in general and why I did certain things. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, wait, even if didn't become a popular video, I might still want to make that video. So yeah, there might be that too after. Like I said, I haven't even, I don't know if I should really make a trailer. I kind of want to though, because it's like in my mind, it's a big thing, right? Even if it doesn't become like big in terms of views, it's like big in terms of my investment in it. And so it getting a trailer seems somewhat reasonable because it's like it's not just a video. It's it's a big deal for me. But yeah, like I said, I haven't been actively working on it even that much, despite the fact that I care so much about it. Which is maybe a little odd, but yeah. 52. Yeah. Well, I actually enjoyed talking for a bit, even though no one was here. Watchers will enjoy that. I don't know. The few of them that there are. To be fair, it's not zero. It might. I don't know if anyone really watches all the way through, but it's not zero who click on the VODs. So, thank you. $53. Okay. I do need to go to the bathroom. It feels weird to take a break this late in the stream, but hey, there's no one here, so that means it's a good time. Okay. That's weird. The background noise from like the crickets isn't showing up on the mic. Usually it does. Maybe that wasn't the crickets. Maybe it was like background YouTube or something that was showing up, but I thought was the crickets. To be fair, the crickets do seem a bit quieter today. Okay, I'm gonna. For some reason, even though the toilet works fine and it looks fine, it won't stop making noise, and it's pretty quiet noise, so you might not have heard it, but I could, so I had to shut the door because it was just annoying. It's like it works fine, it looks fine. I don't know why it's making a noise, and it scares me a little. Oh yeah, funny thing. I'm wondering if it does reach a big audience, my writing project, which to be fair, like I said, more likely it won't. But if it does, I feel like I'm trying to think what people would think about. Some people probably just say it's way too edgy, which is not like it feels like something people would say. Because I feel like that's what anyone that's like anything it talks about like sad negative emotions, it's like, oh, that's edgy. It's like, I don't know. I feel like the word is so, I don't know. It feels so broad, and a lot of times, I don't know, it involves things that I dislike and also things I love, and it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird word, and it's just, I don't know. 54. You know what, like, the biggest, well, probably not the biggest, one of the biggest, most commonly spread lies on the internet is? I've seen so many people who say this. People talk about their stress-free childhood. That is, like, what are you even talking about? That's so bizarre that for me to like that why would you say something like that? I don't know. It's just I don't get it. I don't get why people say they had a stress-free childhood. Do they actually believe it? Because if they do, that's like, wow, okay, so like, you school wasn't stressful for you at all. Uh, Siblings, if you had any, weren't stressful at all. Parents, you were never angry at your parents. You know, you always had a great relationship with your parents, like 100% of the time, and 100% of the time you agreed with what you said, what they said, and what they said didn't stress you out. And you know, yeah, like everything was great. Like 100% of the time, you weren't worried about, yeah, you know, like it's just so odd when people are like, oh, stress, stress-free childhood, and now it's, taxes and student loans and stuff, and like, yeah, that is stressful. So is like elementary school. Like I know I had like an especially bad experience with kindergarten, and that's not like the norm necessarily for like kindergarten in particular, but just in general, like school, elementary school is a stressful time. And if you're not, I don't believe you if you say elementary school was never stressful for you and you never had any problems with it and everything went great the whole time. You didn't get any stupid, pointless arguments with your classmates in elementary school. Nope. I'm sure you went the whole 5 or 6 or 7 or however many years it is in your country. You went that whole time without ever You went that whole time without ever getting into some stupid argument with a classmate over nothing. I'm sure, you know, famously, rational people elementary schoolers are, right? You never got into stupid arguments. You were never, like yelled at by, if you were like punished by the teacher, you always agreed with the punishment. You never like disagreed with any of the decisions the teacher made. It's like just so many things would have to go right for a stress-free childhood that I just don't believe it's possible. Like it does not make sense to me that that would be possible. It's like, yeah, you're like, oh, stress, taxes and student loans. Yeah, it's different things that stress you out. I'm not sure it's even more stress necessarily, though. It's different stressors. I'm not sure it's more stress. For me, it's not more stress than in kindergarten. I said before that kindergarten, that like, I maybe it briefly was during like the worst parts at the end of college. But even though, like I said before, that I think that end of college was probably the worst time of my life. But I think the kindergarten might have been the worst year of my life, right? Like it's really stressful, and just because it's over things that are juvenile, that seem juvenile in hindsight, doesn't mean they didn't cause you stress. Doesn't mean they weren't problems then, right? It's just like, I don't know. It's just such a weird way to look at stress, right? Like as stress as if it's like quant based off like how objectively hard things are, and that's what causes stress. It's like, obviously that's not how stress works. Obviously stress is an emotion and it's based on how you feel, and it doesn't have anything to do with how technically hard things are, right? Like, I don't know why you would, I don't know, just be like, nothing was as technically difficult for me as like managing taxes and student loans and 2 jobs and whatever. Doesn't mean that the other things weren't stressful, even if they weren't even if they probably were less difficult objectively doesn't mean they were actually less stressful. Or if they were less stressful, they weren't stress free. Like, I don't know. I'm ranting a bit about this, but it just seems odd to say that you had a stress free childhood to me. I don't understand why you would say that. Yeah, I'm sure every yeah. Yeah. You were never angry about things that happened. You were never just like really mad because it rained or something, right? You were always like fine with everything. You know, the way kids definitely are. They're definitely fine with a lot of things. That's definitely what they're known for. And not just getting stressed out by like absolutely everything. That's what kids do. They stress out more. They get stressed out. They get mad at like everything. And that's like the point, right? Is that you have less experience and you don't know what's happening a lot, and that is stressful. And that causes problems even over things that once you look at them later on in your life with like a clearer head, you're like, hey, that actually wasn't really that important. That doesn't mean you didn't think of it as stressful. Like just cuz my brother calling me bothering wave is like funny to think about now and is I was like think about it. I was like, haha, that doesn't mean I was like, no, I really hated it. It really got under my skin. And that's you know, I don't I well that I think that'll be the stream. Got to 56. Oh, good. Coming back. Nice to come back and have a no loss stream because I think I lost my last few streams before vacation. So nice to come back and have a no loss stream. Just gotta find somebody to raid. Oh wow! All Halal beat Manchester City in the Club World Cup. That's crazy. Saudi Arabian club took out Manchester City. Wow. Well, good job to them. Anyway, yeah, find somebody to raid. Downey, sure, we can raid Downey. He's doing blueprints. And I know he loves that game. It seems like a cool game. And yeah, he's doing more blueprint stuff, so. Okay, I skipped more frames, but I didn't skip that many frames throughout the stream, so that's fine, I guess. All this could be such a dream, so it seems I was never much good at